Hi everybody, this is Harmony with Harmony Stitches and welcome to my channel. Here we talk about my crafting journey, which usually revolves around cross stitch with knitting and crochet every once in a while. Today we're going to actually talk about crochet and no, not crochet because I did not do any crochet, knitting and cross stitch this time. So we're gonna go ahead and get started, but first I wanna thank everyone for taking time out of their busy schedule to come and hang out with me to see what I've been working on the last 2 weeks. I know that there's lots and lots of videos out there for you to watch, so I do appreciate you hanging out with me and watching my videos. Thank you to everyone who subscribed, liked, and commented on all the videos because that really does help reach more people because we never know who would enjoy my videos and be inspired to do something. So, the temperature blanket, the crochet, we will talk about that real quick. I am really struggling with motivation to work on those diamonds. So I think I did bring my crochet bag home and figure that maybe I would plug away at them sometimes during the weekend when I felt like it. So I'm probably not going to reach my goal of having that done by the end of July, but it is what it is. I'm just not having the motivation to do that. So and since I was doing that at work and I'm not doing that at work anymore, I needed a project for work for my lunchtime because I have about 10 to 15 minutes on my lunch that I could work on something. So I decided to grab one of the skeins of yarn from the sock club I was in and start a Musselburg hat. And this came, I left the other one downstairs, but this came for the January shipment. And this is color QS1107. And I am almost finished with the increases, but I need to transfer it this afternoon or maybe tomorrow morning onto a bigger needle. Oh shoot, sorry. Dropped this skein of yarn. And this is where we are at this moment. So almost done with the increases. It's kind of like a rainbow. It's got all different kinds of colors in there. I think my stitch gauge is 8 stitches per inch. So, I don't know. I think I can get an adult small, child large out of this hat or out of this skein. So we're going to see, what I'm going to do is when I'm done with the increases and ready to start going, I'm going to weigh it and see how much yarn it took. And then I'll know how much yarn I have to save at the end. And then it will, because I want to just use it and make it as big as possible. And it's not like, not big around, but big lengthways. So that way when you fold it into itself, then it will have enough length on it to have a nice brim. So I have been working on that for, let's see, 6. Actually, it was 6 work days, but one day I didn't work on it at all at work because I was just too flustered on my lunch break. So I worked on it 5 days and I got that far. So okay, now we're on to cross stitching. Last time I left you, I was working on the dinos didn't read or dinos didn't do, I told you dinos didn't do something. So it's actually dinosaurs didn't read. Look what happened to them. And I'll show you the result of the work on that. And I actually finished this one. I did leave out some stems in the corner. I don't know if I told you that last time or not. I got to the corner and was working on the flower and I decided that the stems that were on this side of the flower, I was going to leave out. So I got this done. One thing that I did change, one other thing that I changed is the letters here were supposed to be black, 310. And I decided that it was probably a little bit too harsh. So I stitched it in 550, which was the darkest color in the center of the flower. So that's pretty cool. Another finish. So this makes, on my list here, this makes 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5th finish that I have for the year so far. And I put 2,557 stitches by my best estimate into this to get it done. So I really enjoy stitching on this Lugana. I enjoyed this stitch. The words went really fast. And that dinosaur is just so cute. So this is my 5th finish for the year. All right, and I have lots of extra floss. I have all this extra floss on my drops. I had it in this bag from Heidi. Heidi, I met at a retreat. She made me some gifts. This keychain, actually, look at how well this keychain goes with this bag. I got from a coworker, so I decided to hook it on this bag. So I will get my floss put away sometime, but I'm not going to do that right now. It can live in this bag for a little bit longer. So then I got done with Dinosaurs on Tuesday the 23rd. So then I picked up at nighttime, so it was time for bed. I picked up my Ruth Bader Ginsburg piece, and I'm kind of mad at myself on this one. I have no idea what happened. Oh, this was a whole piece. This was a whole piece. I was like, what? How did it get like this on this fabric? Because look at this fabric. What? But it's a whole piece. I just took it out of the tube and got started working on it. So this is also a finish for the month of January. So this is finish number 6 for the year. And if you're having trouble reading it, it says, speak your mind even if your voice shakes. And this is all done in 310. The words inside the silhouette were charted to be stitched in white, but I decided that what was the point of that, because the fabric is white and I don't really care about seeing the holes or anything. So this is finished. And this took 3,028 stitches by my best guesstimate. And then, of course, I'm going to be able to cut off all of this extra fabric and put it in my stash for other things. But yes, on Christmas Day, I just grabbed it out of the tube that it came in, because that's what my family got me for Christmas, and off I went. I didn't even bother measuring or cutting. That's what happened then. Okay, so that was finish number 6. 14 count white Aida from like Walmart or something. It's just basic. Somewhere along the way, which I did not log this down anywhere, I put in a measly 37 stitches, and then I called it a day. Not anything wrong with the project. I just had a headache, and I just didn't. Look at I hope that you can see this. Let me put the others behind it. I'm dropping everything. My needle is still in there. I didn't even finish off my thread. I was just so not having a great time with my life at that moment because of the headache that I didn't even, still hanging. It was sticking in the fabric. So I started working. I did some of the trees and the snow on the trees, and then I started working on the roof. That's all. 37 stitches. Didn't get very far. I really don't have a lot left in this one, so eventually I'll get back to it so that way I can finish it off and have another finish for the year. So I didn't even write that down on my list or anything, but then after Ruth Bader Ginsburg, or after that or whatever, I picked up Memorial Day by Hands On Design. And I'm stitching, I started over here. So I was working on this flag this time, and I was hoping to get the flag done. And when I got the flag done, I was going to do some more in the grass, but I did not quite get the flag done before the calendar switched over to January. So I'll show you where I am. Here we are. I do feel that the red is bleeding into the white a little bit, and I'm not exactly sure why, but I feel that what did I say? The red is bleeding into the white. Is that what I said out loud? I'm not sure. Sleep deprivation and headaches, because unfortunately headaches are back. They're not the same kind of headaches that I was having, like the migraines earlier or late in the fall. But yeah, I'm having headaches. So it's hard to think sometimes. I'm okay right now, but. So I was maybe in this white stripe on this side of the blue, and then I worked on some more. I did 504 stitches altogether, and I'm almost done. I have to finish the white stripe, and I think I have one more red stripe, but each stripe is like 150 stitches. So, and like I said, I just ran out of time. This is stitching DMC conversion on 28 count white Monaco. The Christmas tree one was on 28 count black Monaco with the DMC conversion on the chart. So what I should have done is added up all of the stitches that I got in January, but I didn't. But what I can tell you, at my last look, I had just over 14,000. So I might have 14,500 or maybe even 15,000 stitches. So that's pretty cool. Oh, I didn't put this in the project bag. Let's put this back in here. Okay, so that was all of my stitching for January. I finished 6 projects. I finished 6 projects, and I worked on 8. Looks like 8 projects. And I'm really excited about my progress so far, especially since I got Starry Night finished from the Prairie Schooler, because that one has been lingering since pre-COVID. But I was waiting for the Krynic to come. Oh, I have one more project to show you. Oh, that's because we're getting into February. Let me turn the page on my book here. So, February 1st came. So then that means that I work on Super Mario Brothers World 1 map to get in my notes say I need 1,861 stitches every month, February through December, in order to finish this by the end of the year. And I do have my needle in here, so because I was working on it before I came up here. And I have another piece of thread I got stuck in there. So I'm not sure if the light's going to allow you to see very much. And I'm not even sure if you're going to be able to tell a difference from last time. But I put in all of these cactuses up here, the outlines. I filled in the top of the mushroom. And I started putting in the background, like the light color in the background in the sand. And here there's only 1 row above those cactuses right there. It's sand. So I'm almost at the top. And then I put in the outline of 3 of the coins. And then I started filling in the cactuses down here. So my plan is to get as much ready for the dark color of the sand as possible and other fill-in like the cactuses and such, because I'm going to a retreat toward the end of March. And if I take this with me and work on this the 2.5 days that I'll be at the retreat, I should be able to get my 1,800 stitches in, and it's all background and sand, and I won't have to think about it because everywhere that's open in the background is the 3820. So I think that's a good plan. And the cactuses themselves, I mean, yes, there's 3 colors in the cactus, but it's not, you just copy one and another. So that's what I did here. I started with this one and just copied it all the way across, and I've actually got one here. So I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 of them that I can fill in. I'm actually working on another 2, so there'd be 16. I'm working on 2 here. That'd be 16 cactuses to fill in. And then I have this level chip, number 4. Above these 2 cactuses, it's level chip number 3. And then there's the coins, but the coins are just not enough stitches to even, it's 4 different colors inside the coins. It's not even worth my time during the retreat. And then besides that, all of the background, because I have some background, some sand over here, and then all of this on this row and here. And then if I get this part done, that should, get the cactuses and the chip in there. I should be at a good spot to be able to get in 1,800 at the end of March instead. So March, I'll work on this toward the end of the month versus at the beginning of the month, just because I think I can do the background stitches at the retreat. But we'll see. We have a month and a half until then, and I might change my mind. So we'll see what happens. Okay, and then if you haven't heard, Hands on Design and Lindy Stitches are teaming up for an event next Sunday, February 11th, called Superb Stitch In. It is a fee. It's virtual. There is a fee to join. And I decided to join, not just because you get the charts, there's exclusive charts, but there's different Zoom sessions, and I'm not interested in all of them because there's one about snacks. I'm not one of those that needs like 15 different snacks during the Super Bowl because it's at nighttime and I don't need that much food, whatever. But to each their own. If you want snacks during Super Bowl, fine. So I'm not necessarily interested in that Zoom session. I'm interested in the Zoom session for aspiring designers. I don't know if I've told you all, but I have been toying around the last couple of years with, I think even before I started this channel, with designing my own cross-stitch patterns. And because I'm not necessarily an artist, but can figure things out and I'm a quick learner, even though I'm those things, I'm struggling with some of the other things that really have to do with being an artist. Like, how do you get the images out of your head and onto paper? Because I see them in my head. I just don't know how to get them onto paper, or in this case, into the computer software program. I don't know how to design my, like this. I don't know how to design the chart, cover art or anything. And so there's things, and so I just want to hear what they have to say, and if they have an opportunity to let us ask questions and get answers, like a Q&A session, then I have a couple of things that I want to ask, like about copyright laws and some things to go along with some of the design ideas that I have. Last year, you may remember that I was stitching on a gift for someone at church, a little girl who is currently 3. And I won't say much more about her, but the stitch is finished. It was given to her for Christmas. She loved it. Her family loved it. But anyways, they just loved it. And I will leave it at that, at the story. Maybe if we ever meet in person, then I will tell you, but I'm not going to put it out here on YouTube. But that is actually a chart that I now want to finish, and I'll put in a picture. I want to put that, you know what? I'm not going to put in a picture right now. I'm not going to put in a picture right now, but I did take a picture of it. I propped it up downstairs and took a picture of it before I gave it to her. And that will be my first release when I finally decide to do this thing. So if you're a praying person, pray for me to find the right path on how to do that, and for God's favor to be on me and to give me the ideas for the charts, because I do believe that if I go down this road, I want it to be a path that He has me on and to design charts that He wants me to design. So thank you. And I thank you in advance for that, because it's needed, because I've been, like I said, I've been toying around with this for quite some time now, and it's probably about time for me to just do it already, like rip off the Band-Aid, just get it done. So during that, anyways, getting back to the Superb Stitch-In, where I'm hopefully going to get some of my questions answered, you get some charts. So they give you, once you pay, you get an email, and I think tickets are still available. So I will put the link down here. And if you see this video before Super Bowl Sunday, then great. If not, sorry, but maybe they'll do it again next year. So I don't know how well this is going to show up on camera, and sorry, I keep clicking my tongue or something. But this is for the one designed by Lindy Stitches. It is not the called for fabric, but I thought that it was pretty close looking at the picture. This is Picture This Plus Serene, and it has some slight modeling in it, but not too much, and it's 32 count linen. Yes, I know you're thinking, Harmony, you don't like linen. It's a small piece. It's a small piece. It's not huge. And this piece of linen probably is a little bit bigger than what I needed, because I kind of estimated and I had them just cut off like an even piece, like an 1/8 or whatever this is. I just had them cut off the even piece. So this is probably twice the size that I need, just because, you know, don't want to waste fabric on their end. So this is 32 count Serene by Picture This Plus, and that's for the chart that Lindy Stitches designed. And then, and this piece is much larger because I like this color. It's actually very similar to, let me grab it. It's very similar to, it's probably the same darn thing. It feels, oh, it's a little bit lighter, to the Dinos. See, this one is the new piece and this is Dinos. a little bit darker. This is for hands-on design piece, and I did get a quarter. And this is Picture This Plus Stone. It's 32 count Lugana. And what they do at my local L&S when you're getting a piece cut, they'll hold the whole entire piece and say, what part do you want? So since I was taking a quarter, I could choose the quadrant that I wanted cut out, and this was a full yard, so I got the first quarter out of it. And so I picked the piece that had the least modeling. There was a piece on the opposite quadrant that was much lighter, but then the outsides of the quadrant were kind of had the darker tones to it. So let me fold this, and maybe the camera will pick up those different colors. I'm not sure if it will or not. It's kind of late in the day where the sun's really coming in that window for this. The sun's going down. But this is Stone by Picture This Plus. And then last week, and I don't know if I showed you this last week or not, but I got the linen, the Serene last week, and then I got all of the flosses. So some of these two flosses here are shared between both projects, but I just put them on this one. One has lots of colors and the other one just has a few colors, but that's okay. And I did take out of my stash what I could, and then I only had to get a few. Lindy Stitches, that's this one. She used, besides the two DMC 21 and 22, she used overdyes. Okay, so I'm ready for that, and I'm really looking forward to it. I was really concerned that I wasn't going to be able to participate because if the Detroit Lions got in the Super Bowl, there was no way I was participating in the Zoom. I was concerned about that, but I am bummed that they didn't make it. Okay, next year. So I am ready for that. That'll be 2 new starts. I obviously am not going to get very much done on them during the Zoom call. It's from 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. And let's be real, I'm probably not going to make it to the end because that's just all there is to that. So the last thing that I have to talk to you all about is the cross stitch retreat that I'm hosting May 31st to June 2nd. Registration is now open. So if you live in Michigan, or you like to travel, or you will be here, or whatever the case may be, and you want to attend, send me an email. My email will be in the description box of this video. Send me an email. I will send you a recap of the details that you need to know along with the registration packet. For this particular retreat, you pay the retreat center the registration. They will give me an update. If I email them and say, hey, who do we got? They'll give me an update so I know who's coming and I can make a list. I will also have swag bags available if you would like to purchase one of those. They are $25 and that's payable to me. We will work that out. You just let me know that you want one and I will get you one. I'm sure everybody will want one, but I don't know. Anyway, sometimes my mind goes on tangents, but I'm like, no, wait. We have room for 49 people. This is more than what they usually have. Usually the space that we reserved is for 25. Big tables because they're used to quilters. They'll have knitters and stuff too. But the big tables, and I asked them if there was any way that we could have double the people, and they said that they needed to find chairs. So there's 25 cushy like office chairs on rollers, and then there's 25 or 24 like conference room chairs, so they're not as comfortable. So I suggest that you bring your seat cushions or possibly your own chair if you'd like, but we do have room for 49 people. Now the thing is, only 25 people can sleep at the retreat center. And that's why I said, like, if you're from Michigan or you're traveling, but we can have 25 people sleep at the retreat center, and we can have 24 people that come and go each night. I will be one of those people that come and go each night unless we don't fill up with 25 people that want to stay over. Then I will stay just so that way I can greet everybody in the morning when they get up, because the stitching room is ours the entire time. So Another thing about the retreat center is it's a retreat center. So the sleeping arrangements could be there's 4 to 6 beds in a room and then shared bathrooms. So keep that in mind as well. But I also don't want that to be a deterrent for you guys. So just think about it, pray on it, and I hope to see you there. There is an option to come Thursday night, and it's called early arrival. That costs a little bit more money, but it's detailed in my email. But relatively speaking, I feel that this is an affordable retreat. So I hope that you all at least email me to get the information. I'm really excited to be hosting this retreat. I realized after someone gave me some feedback that they were going camping, that maybe this isn't the great weekend. The reason why I chose, because the camping season starts, the reason why I chose this weekend, and it was the only weekend that they had open, that they had an entire space open for a group. If they don't sell out all of their seats, then they will open those up for other people, and they might have 2 seats here or 5 seats here or 4 seats somewhere, and that you could just join in and attend, you know, and work on your crafts with other people. But this was the only weekend in like 2 solid years that they had space open for us to be able to hold our own retreat instead of, you know, scattered all over town. So if we like the center and we choose to come back, then we might be able to work. They've got us on the calendar now perpetually until we tell them otherwise, but we might be able to choose a different weekend based on maybe other, you know, retreats decided to go elsewhere. So we could always look into that, but there's also other places around the area that would be great for retreats that might be just as affordable. So we don't have to stay at this retreat, or maybe we do that retreat at that location every other year and go somewhere else a different time of the year. So let me know, but definitely send me an email and get the information and the registration packet. And because it is really, really affordable. And I want to say that I'm not making money off of the retreat. That is not why I'm hosting this retreat. I'm hosting a retreat for us to have an opportunity to get together and stitch and chat and hang out. Now, even the swag bag, I'm not making any money off the swag bag. I will be charging what the materials are. And I may round up 50 cents or $1 just to make it easier on everybody. But the most that the swag bag is going to be is $25. And that it will include a bag and a zipper pull and a chart and some floss to go with the chart and things like that. But it's not to make any money. So I just wanted to preface this in case anyone was wondering. I'm not making money off the retreat. It's just an opportunity for us to hang out, okay? And I do think that it's an affordable retreat based on some of the other ones that I've seen advertised even here in Michigan in our own state. This is one of the lowest that I've seen. So okay, so I'm going to end this video for this go round and get back downstairs. I got to do some more laundry. I've got to make dinner, and I want to try to finish my goal on Super Mario. So I hope that you've seen something to inspire you to pick up a languishing whip, or maybe to try something new. And until the next time I see you, have a great week. Bye.